Hello dear students, my name is Devashish Padhi. Today we will discuss constructors in Java and what is the requirement of constructor, what is the role of constructor in Java, and different types of constructors present in Java, different types of constructors present in Java, different types of constructors present in Java. Okay, let us start the class. What is generally constructors? So in the last class we have already discussed about constructors main purpose is to initialize the instance variable of a class. Constructors main purpose is to initialize the instance variable of a class. So what is the main property of the constructor? The main property of the constructor is to initialize the data member of a class. This is the main property. So it is also called a special type of method. Why it is called special type of method? Because the class name and constructor name is always the same. Let us consider your class name is temp. So obviously the constructor name is also temp. If the class name is demo, constructor name is also demo. If the class name is addition, constructor name is also addition. Both are same. So this is the first way. So to call it is a special type of member function, because class name and method name are always the same. Second thing is, constructors are never called explicitly. The programmer cannot call the constructor. Constructors are called automatically when an object is created by the help of new operator. Next property is, constructor does not have any returning type, not even void. So due to these reasons, constructor is called as a special type of member function. Okay. So whenever an object is created, constructor is automatically called. So it calls a default constructor if there is no constructor available in the class. Let us consider in the class you are not writing any constructor. So compiler automatically calls the default constructor and initialize all the data member as 0. Okay, whenever a class does not contain any constructor, when a class does not contain any constructor, compiler automatically creates a default constructor in the program. Okay, in such a case Java compiler provides a default constructor by default. So there are two types of constructor present in Java. First is no argument constructor and second is parameterized constructor. So in the class we have generally Java programming contains two types of constructor. First one is no argument constructor or default constructor. Second one is parameterized constructor. It is called constructor because it constructs the value at the time of object creation. Okay, whenever object is created, constructor construct the value. Construct the value means initialize the instance variable of the class or initialize the variable of a class. It is not necessary to write a constructor for a class. It is because Java compiler creates a default constructor if your class does not have any. What I have already told you, it is not necessary to write a constructor, because whenever we are not writing any constructor in my program, Java compiler automatically creates a default constructor. Then these are the different rules what I have already told you. Constructor name must be same as its class name. A constructor must have no explicit return type. Okay, constructor does not have any returning type, always remember. A Java constructor cannot be, this is the main point, a Java constructor cannot be abstract, cannot be static, cannot be final, cannot be synchronized. Okay, we cannot make a constructor as an abstract constructor, cannot be a static constructor, cannot be a final constructor, cannot be a synchronized constructor. We will discuss what is generally abstract, final and synchronized. Okay, but till now you must remember a constructor cannot be abstract, static, final and synchronized. Then there are two types of constructor, default constructor and parameterized constructor. Okay, default constructor and this is parameterized constructor. So first we will discuss in the today's class about the default constructor. A constructor is called default constructor when it does not have any parameter. Okay, if inside the name of the constructor, if here in the parenthesis no value is written, then this is called as default constructor. Okay, this is the syntax of your default constructor. Okay, let us consider one small example. Class bike1, B must be capital because it is the name of the class. See, this is a constructor because class name is bike1 and method name is bike1, both are same, so this is called as constructor. And in this constructor, inside bracket no value is written. Okay, no value is written, so it is called as default constructor. And I am just printing one message, bike is created. This is the main method and I am creating the object bike b is equal to bike1 b is equal to new bike1. Okay, class name object name is equal to new class name. So whenever this b is created, okay, bike1 is automatically called because whenever object is created, constructor is automatically called. So whenever this object is created, constructor is automatically called. See, whenever I am creating the object, no value is passed here. Okay, in the default constructor also no value is passed here, so matching is there. So whenever this object is created, this constructor is automatically called and print the message as bike is created. So what is the rule? If there is no constructor in a class, compiler automatically creates a default constructor. Okay, this is very important point. See, whenever I am creating the bike class, here I am does not write any constructor. So what compiler will do? Compiler will create one default constructor bike. Okay, this is one default constructor. So there is a question, what is the purpose of a default constructor? Why I am writing default constructor? The default constructor is used to provide the default values to the object like 0, null, etc. depending upon the type. So if there is a question, what is the purpose of a default constructor? Now first thing is, the main purpose is to provide the default value to the instance variable like your 0, null. If it is an integer, default value is 0. If it is a string, default value is null. If it is a float, default value is 0.0 depending upon the type. Second requirement is, second purpose is, if I want to initialize all the instance variable with the same value, then I am using default constructor. What I have already told you in the previous class, if I want to initialize all the instance variable with the same value, then I am using default constructor. Okay, example of default constructor that display the default values. Okay, I am writing student3 int id string name. Okay, these are the instance variable. Why it is called instance variable? Because these variables are declared inside the class student3 but outside all the methods. Okay, then this is a display method system.out.println id name. Okay, Here id is printed, plus means concatenation, this is for some space, then name is printed. Then this is main method. See, here I am not writing any constructor. Okay, so I am creating the object s1 object and s2 object. Student 3 s1 is equal to new student 3, student 3 s2 is equal to new student 3. Okay, then s1 dot display, s2 dot display. I am not writing any constructor. If I am not writing any constructor, compiler will automatically create the default constructor, okay, namely student 3, and initialize id as 0 and name as null, because id is integer value and by default the default value of integer is 0 and name is string value, and by default value of string is null. Okay, so when both the method is called, display method s1 and s2 object, then 0 and null is printed. Here is the explanation. In the above class, you are not creating any constructor, so compiler provides you a default constructor. Here 0 and null values are provided by the default constructor. So this is all about your default constructor. If any doubt present in this class, you may tell in your live class. Okay, thank you.